plenty to be thankful for.
Yo, fears, audience fears. Coffee first. There we are. Now, if you don't know what that music was, that was vintage Thanksgiving music from the 1940s. So I just literally wrote in on YouTube, I wrote like vintage 1940, 1950s music, and bam, that popped up, and I was like, that's perfect. That is perfect. All right. Yo, back at it again with another live stream, guys. And you know what? This hat is back. I have not wore this hat in quite a while. So there we are. Threw on Star Wars today. Why not? Why not? All right. Well, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I'm having a better day. I'll be honest. I should just stay out of Dave's Discord, if I'm being honest. People were, like, getting on my nerves. I was getting agitated. And, I said a lot of things I shouldn't have. You know, but they just love to troll. It's never their fault. It's always my fault. Anyway, I just left and I went to sleep. Unfortunately, I did not have a chance to watch Transcenders or Get Out, but today I watched The Boondock Saints, so I'm going to be reviewing that. Today's topics are, I'm going to be reviewing two movies. So the other day I watched The Mouse and the Motorcycle. I need to take this back to the library, probably tomorrow. I used to watch this as a kid. I never thought in a billion years I would ever watch this again. I used to watch this when I was 8, 9, 10, and I remember it vividly because my mom used to, I don't know if you can still do this anymore, but she looked into a catalog or she looked on a website where you could either rent or buy family movies and sit down and watch them as a family and ship them to your house. If you rented them, you have to ship them back. But my mom always just bought them. And I remember this vividly. So now this is my second time watching it in the course of my life. I watched it once, like I said, when I was 8 or 9, and I vividly remember it. And I saw it at the library the other day, and I went, no fucking way. And I'm very nostalgic, so I thought, I'll give it another watch. The Mouse and the Motorcycle. So we're going to be reviewing this and The Boondock Saints. So, and then tonight I'm going to try to watch those movies. I'll select, something else. Around Thanksgiving, there's a lot of activities you can do. So I'm going to write down a few activities that you and your family can do. Then there's a lot of hustle and bustle around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm going to give you guys some Thanksgiving tips to make it a hell of a lot easier. And if there's time, I'm going to tell you guys some more stories of all the celebrities that I've met. Because I have every single celebrity I've met so far, up until recently. I haven't uploaded any of the Spooky Empire pictures, but I have pictures and autographs of all of the people that I've met, talked to, interview, all that. And you guys seem to like the stories and like the people that I've met. So yeah, healthy snack today. Blueberries. That's all I'm having for lunch though. And I skipped breakfast. So coffee and blueberries, I guess, is for lunch. And then dinner, I'll actually make something. I had a good workout today, so that was very nice. All right, booyah, let's open up the chat. I'm doing my show a little bit early, in honor of Lantern, because Lantern goes live around 8, 9, somewhere around there his time. So I wanted plenty of time to do my show. So yeah. And I'm doing it early because I want to get some more editing done. So if I can get a video out today, that would be great too. All right, let's open up the chat. There we are. Okay. Yo, Mr. Lantern, what's up? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. All right. Lantern says, yo, shout out to the chat. Howdy, chat. Coffee first. I can do that for you, Lantern. That's right. Mm-hmm. I can do that, Lantern. Dance fears. I was dancing, Lantern. I was definitely dancing. And then, let's see. Next party stream for Annie M. That's right, y'all. That's right, Lantern. All right. Well, let me call Lantern and see how his day's going, and then we'll get a rocking. We'll get a rocking and we'll get a rolling. So there we are. All right. Share out that link, Lantern. All right. Let me give Lantern a little call. Let's see here. There we go. Yo! Lantern! Lantern!
Yeah.
This ain't Lantern. This is Banjo! Now listen. Banjo. I want to talk to Lantern, alright? Alright.
What's up?
Hey, Lantern. Damn.
Yeah. Damn.
Pew.
Yee.
Lantern, how you doing, buddy?
Get about you.
Doing pretty good, man. Doing a lot better than yesterday. You know, Lantern, I was upset yesterday.
Yeah.
I was a little upset, but I'm doing a lot better today. I feel good. I got back in the gym today, so that was good.
Yeah.
Lantern, you still working out, buddy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because you go on walks, right?
Uh-huh.
That's good. That's good. Lantern, I hope you have a good show tonight.
Uh-huh.
I may come on. I haven't decided. Yeah, I'll definitely come in on the chat. But I meant I may come on the show tonight. I may. I haven't decided because I haven't uploaded a vlog, Lantern, in forever.
Yeah.
And my workout video was supposed to be on Fears Vlogs, but I accidentally switched over to FearsMan26. So now I was like, oh well, fuck it, and I did the workout stream on the main channel instead of the vlog channel. Yeah. So I was like, oh well, I haven't uploaded anything on Fearsman in quite a while, so there you are. Yeah. Anyway, so Lantern, what you been doing today? You been doing all right?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Pretty good. Work was good, and then I took a nap, and then I watched a movie, and then I went for a workout, and then I was gonna do my stream a little bit, early, so I can get everything out that I want to talk about out, and then I won't be stepping on your toes, buddy, because I didn't want to step on Yakov's toes yesterday either. So that's why I did mine very quick yesterday. Lantern, what'd you have for lunch?
Oh, the ham and cheese sandwiches.
Ooh, ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
That sounds good, buddy. Were they good?
Yeah.
They sound good. Lantern, this is my lunch. Blueberries.
Yeah.
I'm trying to eat healthier, buddy. Anyway, Lantern, send that link out into Dave's Discord and LC's.
Yeah, come here.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye, Shunk. There we are. What's up, Dave? What's up, James? He says, what's up, Fears? What's up? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Dave says, yo. What's up, Dave? What's up, fangirl Kate? She says, hey, handsome. Well, hey, beautiful. Kate, I did get your message. I wasn't down in my workout. I was just tired. So, yeah. There's a difference between being down and being tired. So I wasn't down, I was just, that's my first workout in, oh God, not even weeks, in months probably. I haven't been to the gym probably in about a month and a half, and that's a rough guess. I really could not tell you. So I wasn't down, Kate. I was just tired. But I appreciate all your nice comments, and I appreciate you praying for me. No, the thing is I just need to let things slide off my back more, and I'm not going to mention any names, but two guys were giving me a bunch of crap last night that I absolutely did nothing wrong, and I didn't do anything wrong, and I didn't deserve it. And instead of just walking away and saying, all right, whatever, I don't care, I don't care about fighting, I don't care about winning, I dug in deep. Well, if you dig in deep, then they'll dig in deep, and then that's what happened. And so, they said a lot of things they shouldn't have. I said a lot of things I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. It's just a constant battle. I get sick and tired of it, It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to deal with, but that's all I'm gonna go into it. Let's see. James says I lost my Discord account. Why is that? What happened? Oh man. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. So yeah. So I just wanted to update you guys. I feel better. Today was a good day. Work was good. We were pretty busy, but not super busy. Got home. I skipped breakfast. I took a shower. Took a nap. Got up. Watched the Boondock Saints, and then I went to the gym. And I've been meaning to go back to the gym for a while now. And again, I'm not lying. I honestly don't know how long it's been since I've been to the gym. If I had to guess, it's probably a month and a half. If it's more, then there you are. But that was a rough, educated guess. So yeah. But it felt good to get back into the gym. It really did. It really did. All right. Let's see. James says, when I went onto Discord today, I noticed that I got signed out of my account, and now I can't create a new account or return to my old account. Well, that sucks. That sucks a lot, James. I'm sorry that happened to you. So, yeah. But, yeah, I didn't mean to. I think it was because I'm not going to take all the blame for what happened last night. I'll take some of the blame. They definitely put in their 2 cents, whether they want to believe it in their delusional minds or not. I was partly to blame. So were they. And they can say, oh, we're sweet little angels. We didn't do anything all they want. They definitely did. So, yeah. So, I'm partly to blame, and they are. That's just how it is. So, because I'm not going to take all the blame. And I hate to give you guys bad news. I blocked Larry. I will never unblock him. I don't care what he does. I don't care what he says. I've had enough of his shit. I don't have to put up with his shit, and I won't. So, I don't care what he does. I'm not unblocking him. It's not happening. Me and him do not get along. He thinks I lie about everything. He thinks I disrespected Dave and Zach at the con, which is a big fabrication. You guys saw the videos. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody. I was having a good time. Dave was having a good time. So was Zach. So, and we were all hanging out with the celebrities. We were all hanging out with the other attendees of the con. So I don't know what this person, Larry, is talking about. Now, it would be one thing if I went up to Dave and said, hey, kiss my ass. But I didn't do that. Everybody was having a good time at that con. Everybody. And you'll see it in my vlogs when I upload my version of the vlog. You'll see it in Zach's. And then Dave uploaded some of his footage. So I'm not lying. Everybody had a good time at that con. I didn't disrespect any of the celebrities. I didn't disrespect any of my friends. And you guys saw it. Tom Savini was quiet, but he was very generous with his time. I thanked him. I shook his hand. I shook the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy's hand. I said, oh, I love Ghostbusters. Can I get a photo? Sure, Fears, not a problem. Bada bing, bada boom. And I got some pictures. And I'll be honest, you guys saw it in the vlog. I almost lost my autograph. I took the photos and I walked off. And then later on in Zach's vlog, either Zach or Dave reminded me, hey, Fears, you didn't get your autograph. And I went, oh, shit. So I don't know if that's on camera. Somebody, one of my friends said, hey, Fears, you didn't grab your autograph. I raced back, and then that's when Zach turned on the camera, and you guys saw me grab my autograph. So, but the thing is with Larry, and I'm not going to turn it into a Larry bash stream, because I've got more important things to do, is nothing I do is ever good enough for that guy. I don't make enough vlogs. I don't get the vlogs out quicker. I apparently disrespect people. Oh, I interrupt people. Oh, I do this. I do that. And I never said, hey, is John Fears perfect? No. I've never said I'm perfect. I'm very far from perfect. I'm actually the reverse. I'm trying to better myself, in all aspects. Not just not interrupting people, like working out, eating better, looking for a better job, looking for a lady, everything. So, I don't really know what his fucking deal is. And if you notice, and it's undeniable, notice, everything was perfectly fine before I timed him out. Because he thinks he can do and say whatever the hell he wants. And I've only got two rules of my show. Don't cause chaos in the chat. And let's just all try to get along because I don't like drama. So he just comes in here, fiddly farts around, thinks he can do and say he wants. I didn't like what he said. That's why they invented the block button. That's why they invented the timeout button. Because people get sick and tired of people's shit. And I finally got sick and tired of his bullshit. And I timed him out. And then all of a sudden, drastically, his attitude changed over the last few days. That is undeniable. And he's gonna deny it. No, that's not it. Yes, it is. He is a pissed off, miserable, old asshole. That's undeniable. And I'm sick and tired of his bullshit. So he can plead with me, and I'm just warning you right now, Larry. I'm gonna warn him right now. If he even tries to take any of my content, I'm taking his goddamn channel down. And you guys know I'll do it, and I don't give a shit. So you've been warned. He's definitely been warned. And I just got sick and tired of his bullshit. So I've said my piece. No matter what he does, no matter what he says, he can call me a billion times. I am never unblocking that fucking prick. End quote. So I've said my piece, and that's it. Anyway, let's continue on. I wish him well. I don't wish... I just want to say one more thing. I don't wish Larry any ill will. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, he may be a bastard and he may be a prick, but in the end, he's a human being. I wish him well. Just, we don't get along. So if you don't get along with someone, I'm not going to sit there and argue. I'm just going to move on. So, I wish him the best of luck. But I don't wish any ill will against him. So I just wish him luck. And I'm moving on because I'm sick and tired of arguing with people. I really am. So, yeah. All right. I've said my piece. I'm moving on. All right, let me catch up on the chat. Let's see. The last thing I read was... I hate getting behind on the chat. Let's see. James said that he couldn't sign back into his account. I'm sorry that happened to you, James. Let's see. Fangirl Kate says, why can't you return to your accounts, James? He says, I don't know. But if you see my mom typing in the Discord sometimes, that might be me. Okay. Maybe you have to reset your account. Yeah, I would be the last one to know about that, James, because I dip in the Discord, say hello, see what everybody's up to, and then dip out. Let's see. Crumbles says, Larry's just a prick. That's not true. It's not true, Crumbles. He makes it personal. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about him. You're giving him an excuse, Crumbles. He loves He loves to piss people off. He loves to irritate people. He's a fucking dick. He's a fucking asshole. I've known Larry for years. He does that flip-flop shit that I fucking hate. I love you, Fears. Oh, fuck you, Fears. I hope you die. That's him. He loves to start bullshit, Crumbles. So, I'm telling you, I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. Larry is not a prankster. He's a professional bullshitter. He's a professional troll. He loves it. He relishes in it. And I'm not going to put up with it anymore. So, and all he had to do was just obey 2 rules. Don't cause chaos in the chat because I don't like drama. And everybody try to get along because I love my loving and loyal fans. It's not like Visions told me Richie has got a rule for everything. I can't even remember how many rules Richie has. That's why he doesn't have an audience anymore. He's like, oh, Richie's like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. That's too many rules. Like, I don't even remember how many rules, because I don't want to put words in Vision's mouth. Anyway, to make my point, Crumbles, is Richie's got like well over, I'll just take a guess, well over 50 rules. He probably has more than that. I'm not asking much. I have 2 rules. 2 rules is not that bad. Don't cause chaos in the chat, and let's just all try to get along and have a good show. But he's not a prankster. He likes to torture me. He likes to hurt my feelings. He's not a good person. So I don't like negative people in my life. So I'm like, all right, fuck you. Bye-bye. You're gone. And I'm just not going to deal with it. Because I'm a lot more mature than him. I'm like, all right, well, why would I want to be around someone that just keeps giving me shit? All right, fuck you. I'm done. I'm gone. You know, I'm not going to put up with it. And he can make 10,000 fake accounts. I'll block every single one of them. And if he makes videos, I'll take every single one of his videos down. I don't care. So that's my piece on it. What's up, Biscuit? Good to see you. I'm sure Joey will be around here soon. Oh, well, I don't know. He works at a bank, so it's 3:22, so he may not. But yeah. Good to see you, Biscuit. Good to see you, Biscuit. What's up, Mr. Lantern? Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not going to deal with you today, Visions. And you know why. You started it. So, yeah, bye-bye. You're gone. You know. You didn't have to jump on the bandwagon, so you're not welcome here today. Or if you are, I'll just time you out for 30 minutes. If you want to come back in 30 minutes and have a better attitude, great. If not, then bye. Because I'm not dealing with you. So, yeah. Let's see here. Fangirl Kate says, hey, Biscuit. Biscuit says, hi, Kate. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. All right. But yeah, it was nice to get back into the gym. So here's my day. I got home from work. Work was good. Work was busier. The closer it gets to New Year's and Christmas, man, do we get slammed. So it's going to be busy here pretty soon, my friends. Pretty soon. So it was busier last night. You can kiss off those 28,000, those 30,000 days. Normally, a lot of those days happen in the summertime where there's really nothing going on, which are really nice. You get in, you finish it real quick, you get out, bada bing, bada boom. So I'll be going in earlier. So tonight I have to go in at 4 instead of 4:30. I think the next night I have to go in at Sunday going into Monday, I'll probably have to go in 3:30, 3:45, 3:30, 3:45. I have to look at my schedule. It's over there. So the closer we get to the bigger holidays, the more boxes we get. So it's going to be insane coming up. But I get paid more money because I always volunteer for the Christmas shift, which goes from, it starts a week before Halloween, so I've already been on it, and it goes all the way till February, like the middle of February, like right before Valentine's Day. And basically, they pull a bunch of people off the line, and you go all the way into the back, way into the back where it's a lot cooler, and they have like 30 doors open on the left, 30 doors open on the right, and they just have a conveyor belt down the middle. And I either work on the conveyor belt or I work on the trucks. And all these packages scatter and go to other conveyor belts, and people just keep loading shit into trucks in the back because there's an ungodly amount of presents and stuff around the holidays. So, yeah. So, and they pay people a lot more money. So, that's going to be good to have some extra cash flow coming in. So, that'll be good. And there's 3 jobs. You can either be a loader on the Christmas. You can either stand at the back of the conveyor belt, and if anybody misses any packages, then you just push it up the belt, and then they grab it and put it on a conveyor belt that loads it into the... Or you can push things down the conveyor belt. So normally, I either load or I stand in the very back, and especially for like new people, like they'll lose a package, and I just grab it and I just push it up the belt and go, take that package and put it over here, or put it in that one. So it's not that bad of a job. And again, it's a lot cooler in the back because they can afford AC, but they won't. So they have those high industrial fans. So it's a lot cooler in the back. So yeah. Well, Kate, listen. I will admit to something. I can be as mad as I want, but I'll give you this. I should not have, as much as Larry pisses me off, I should not have wished death on him. Because I try not to do that anymore, but sometimes they get me so pissed off. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm not. I shouldn't have done that. You know, because that's horrible to say someone. Not just to someone. It's horrible to say that to anyone. You know? So I try not to do that anymore, but they just keep pushing my limits and pushing my limits and pushing my limits. Again, I'm not using it as an excuse, so I'm not going to apologize to Larry, but I will apologize for saying that. So I'm sorry that I said that, and because Larry doesn't deserve an apology after all the bullshit he's put me through, and he loves it. Tonight, he will laugh about it, because that's just how much of a horrible person he is. So it is what it is. But I shouldn't have stooped to his level and said, oh yeah, I hope you fucking die. I shouldn't have said that. So, yeah. And I will absolutely admit that I did say it. I didn't want to say it. I shouldn't have said it. But I'm only human. Humans make a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm far from perfect. So, I'm sorry that I said that. I'm sorry that everybody had to see that, you know, in the chat last night, because I felt bad, because I don't want to bring drama to Dave's Discord, you know. So, I'm sorry that I said that. I really am. But, there's no excuse. So, I appreciate your nice comments, Kate, but there's no excuse. I should have just not said anything. I should have just left. I should have been more mature and been like, all right, yeah, he's trolling me, whatever. It's same old bullshit. I should have just walked away, you know. I eventually walked away because that gets tiring. I don't want to argue with the motherfucker, you know. Yeah. Crumble says, sometimes you have to embrace the chaos. Not me, Crumbles. I'm good. I've got enough chaos in my life. I've got enough shit going on. I don't want any more chaos, if I'm being honest. So, no. I don't have to embrace anything. Especially not chaos. I'm good. I'm really good. So, yeah. Let's see. James says, hey, Fierce, one day, if it's all right with you, I want to join you for a live and hang. Oh, yeah. No worries, James. I just haven't been in the mood to do a podcast with all the guys, but absolutely. The next time, and I just called LC, and he's at work, but he had time to talk with me for 10 minutes, James, and so we all caught up, and he was like, hey, man, you haven't done a live in a while. I said, I know. I said, I've been busy with other shit. And he's like, we got to hang out before I invite you over to my Christmas party. And I said, yeah. So I said, well, LC, I said, before I come over to your house, because he wants to do a gaming stream. And I was like, I said we should do 2. I said we should do a gaming stream on your channel, LC, and then we should do a gaming stream on mine, because he wants to hang out. I want to hang out. He's been busy. I've been busy. He's more busy, though. He's got, like, I just have a job, and then I have, the edits and blah, blah, blah. He's got a wife, a dog, 3 kids, a job. He's got a lot of shit going on. So I told him, oh, man, I totally understand. I said, hey, whenever you can hang out, that's when we can hang out, So, yeah, James, and I told LC in a couple of weeks, I don't know when, hopefully I can do a whole panel, because I know you guys like the whole panel stuff. Hopefully I can do one before Thanksgiving, because in about a week or 2, me and Zach are going to go miniature golfing. I did invite Dave, and I did invite LC out to miniature golf with us. So, even though it's going to be me versus Zach, I said, hey, Zach, if them 2 come, so Dave, you're more than welcome to come. LC, whenever you see this, you're more than welcome to come. I said, maybe they can play the winner. And Zach was like, yeah, that's cool. So I said, sweet. So, James, I promise you, I'm going to have a whole bunch of the guys on. It sucks that StreamYards only allows, I think it's 6, if memory serves me right. So I'll try to get as many people on. Like, maybe Dave can be on there for an hour, and then he can dip out and then let you on, James, or like after Sega's on for a little while, because usually Sega doesn't stay for the whole thing. If Sega dips out, I'll have you come on, because I want to get at least me. I'd love to have Bukaki on. So me, you, James, your dad, LC, Bukaki, and maybe Visions, So, yeah. And again, Visions is just mad at me. He doesn't like it whenever I wish death upon people. Because the minute I did that last night, then he started in on me, Plus, I didn't agree what he said. He said, oh, you're Tommy. And I was like, not really. Tommy is his own person. I'm my own person. The only thing that's kind of like Tommy is I yell at trolls. But I'm a completely different person. Like, I'll give you an example. I would never have, when Tommy was on my live, and this was the point that I was trying to make to Visions, but he didn't want to hear it, and I had finally had enough and said, all right, fuck it, I'm leaving, I'll give you an example. The only thing that's similar to Tommy is, yeah, I yell at trolls, but I'll give you an example. I would never disrespect Lantern, because Lantern's my friend, the way Tommy did. I don't care. Lantern can make all the bells and whistles and all the other shit all he wants, because I'm used to it. I would never call him out like Tommy did. Tommy was a straight up dick. As much as I like Tommy needs to work a little bit on, I don't know what you call it, etiquette, or whatever you want to call it. He literally, just shouted out to Lantern, you're being fucking annoying. Turn off the fucking bells and whistles. And everyone's like, are you serious, Tommy? I would never do that. That's just one example how I'm drastically different from Tommy. The only thing that we kind of have in common is I don't do it to the extent as Tommy. Tommy yells, screams, goes fucking ballistic on trolls. I just get mad. And then I leave. So that's the only thing that we tiny bit have in common. And so I kept doubling down last night. He kept doubling down. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm like, you can fuck off, Visions. And I remember saying that. I didn't want to say it, because me and Visions are buddies. But sometimes I just get sick and tired of being sick and tired and sick and tired. And I'm like, I'm not Tommy, period. I like being John Fears. I'm John Fears. I always have been John Fears. That's the only thing that we kind of have in common. And I was like, we are drastically different people. I'm not saying Tommy's bad. I like Tommy. Tommy's a good guy. But no way am I near Tommy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway. Because I don't like to fight with my friends. I didn't like fighting with Visions last night. That's the last thing I wanted to do. But things got heated. And you know how that goes. One thing leads to another. One person says something, and then they don't like it, and then that person gets ticked off, and then that person says something back. And so I didn't want it to go that far. But it just is what it is. So, yeah. Am I making fun of Visions now? No. But I knew he was going to come in here hot, so I was like, maybe today's not the day for you to come in. So that's why I timed him out. I didn't block him. I'm not going to block. Now, Larry, I'm sorry. And I hate that I have to block Larry, but he will not let up. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually like Larry, but I will not put up with his bullshit anymore. I cannot take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what it is. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. Like, I don't want to fight with anyone. I really don't. As hard as that is to believe, I don't want to fight with anyone. I hate it. I hate fighting. I hate having to explain myself. I hate confrontation. I hate all this bullshit. I really hate it. So it is what it is. But I do feel bad. I do feel bad wishing death upon someone because I really try not to do that anymore because I should have never done it in the first place. Because you can hate someone or dislike someone, but you shouldn't go that far. So that's probably what pissed him off, Pixel. He doesn't like it when I wish death upon. And I get it. I shouldn't have said that. I get it. But no way am I near Tommy, except for that one little thing, that tiny, tiny, minute detail. He yells at trolls. I yell at trolls. But Tommy takes it to a whole other level. Like, I'll give you another example. Tommy got pissed at one of his trolls in an old video. Pixel, you remember this one. I would never spit on somebody. Because if somebody spit on me, they would be half dead. You know? Because spitting is like the ultimate insult. So if anyone spit on me, I'd fucking kill their ass. But Tommy turned around and spit on that, whatever that dude was. That guy in the background was just kind of playing around. And he turned around and spit. That's another thing. I would never spit on anyone. I thought that was ridiculous. I was like, really? I'm like, why don't you just call him an asshole, Tommy? Or why don't you just tell him, hey, get the fuck out? So I didn't agree with that. And I've even told that to Tommy. I said, Tommy, like whenever me and Tommy hung out, I said, Tommy, I haven't seen too many of your old videos, but I said I've seen a few of them. And he was like, which ones have you seen? I'm like, I said I saw the spitting video. I saw the bouncy one last night. I saw the one where you're singing in the shower and you're using like the shampoo as a mic and you had a shampoo all in your hair and you're going fucking nuts. I haven't seen too many of the old Tommies, like the MC days. I've seen a few, maybe like, I don't know, 10, 20, somewhere around there. That's a guess. That's a good educated guess because I don't want to lie. I honestly don't know how many of the old ones I've seen. It's around that. But Tommy's definitely grown as a person. I for sure have grown as a person, you know. But that's another example where I was like, I would never do that. So anyway, that's my piece on it. And one more thing, Visions, I didn't want to time you out, but he came in here hot and called me a dumbass right off the bat. I'm like, all right, well if you're gonna be like that, bye. You know, maybe not watch today. Cool off, maybe you can come back tomorrow. Or I only timed him out for 30 minutes, so, you know, maybe just come back and, you know, start from scratch. Anyway. Let's see, where did I leave off? But yeah, James, you were always welcome. James, the last time you were in a vlog was the zoo vlog. That was a lot of fun. So I can't wait. You know, James, if you want to come play miniature golf with us, have you and your dad come. You know, you are always welcome. If Tina wants to come when me and Zach are playing mini golf, the more the merrier. I mean, I know you've got school, James, so if you can work around your school schedule, go for it, man. You're more than welcome. So, Dave, I know you're still in the chat. Dave, if you want to bring James and Tina, we'll all go mini golfing. And I'm definitely taking Zach down. Zach, you will be putty in my hands. That's right. Zach keeps talking all this shit. Oh, Fears, I'm going to take you down. I'm like, dude, you're peanuts. You're peanuts. This is going to be an easy win. But I'm a good sportsman. If he does, in fact, beat me, I'll be like, hey, man, you were the champ today, and I'll shake his hand. But very few people have won me at golf. Randall's won me once, and then my dad has won once a long time ago. That's about it. But Randall's only beat me one time. All the other times, I beat Sega all 4 times that we went. So not many people have beat me. I've just always been naturally good at axe throwing and miniature golf. So yeah, which Dave and me want to go throw axes one day for a vlog, because that was a lot of fun when I went with Sam. So yeah. Let's see. Fangirl Kate says, hey Dave, hey Crumbles, hey Lantern. I've never played golf before. Oh, it's easy. But I'll be honest, James, I've only went and played actual real golf 3 times in my life. Mini golf, I've went half a dozen times, you know. It's fun. It's fun. I even went golfing when I was in Missouri. I found at the Mid-Rivers Mall a lot of shops that were still there. Some old shops left and some new shops came in. And one of the newer shops was a miniature golf course. And I was like, well, I got to do it for the vlog. I went and did it. That one was all right. It wasn't my favorite because they didn't put much effort into it. But it was brand new. And I said, how long have you guys been open? They said, 9 to 10 months. I went, oh, so you guys are brand new. And he was like, oh, yeah, pretty new. But I don't know exactly when they opened up because there was a young kid working there. He looked like he was 18. And he says, I think 9 or 10 months. And I said, okay. I said, right on. I said, well, how much is it? And I played a round of golf. It was fun. The more effort they put into it, James, like all the obstacles, that's what makes mini golf fun. If there's not too many obstacles, it's okay, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But, James, you're more than welcome, buddy. So, yes on both. Yes, you can come on the next panel stream with us and talk to your dad if you want to come out golfing with us. You are more than welcome, my friend. Exactly, Dave. He says, life is chaotic enough already. Yeah, it's already enough. I don't want any more. Because God gives us challenges. I know not everyone's religious. If God put everything on a silver platter, then it would be easy. But God gives you all these challenges to overcome. Like, he must have gave me low patience for a reason, you know, to overcome it. He likes to give us challenges. He's like, oh, well, yeah, I'll make life easy. No, he did not. Because if he didn't, then you wouldn't have to work for anything, so I get it. And I hate that I have a temper, and I hate that I have low patience. I'll tell you this much, though. You guys wouldn't have wanted to met me when I was younger. I had zero patience. At least now as an adult, I have some patience. You know, but when I was a kid, zero patience. I'm not kidding. So, yeah. Excuse me. Dave says, sounds good. What's up, Pixel? Biscuit says, even friends fight. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Biscuit. I just don't like to fight with my friends or my family, so I try to minimize the arguments. Like, me and my mom haven't gotten into an argument in a long time, because the last argument we had was a couple years ago, and she pissed me off, and I was like, all right, well, now you're going down, and I was determined to win. Boy, did I win that argument, and we were back and forth, yelling at each other, but this was a few years ago, so we haven't fought in about, and when I mean fight, I mean like verbally. It was like 2.5 years ago, so, because I love my mom. I don't want to fight with my mom, but my mom's the type of person, she always has to be right, and I swear to God, sometimes she'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, I said, hey mom, I said, the sky, it's really nice today in Florida. No, John. It was cloudy. And I'm like, how do you know? Were you here? No, you weren't here. I was here. So it's that kind of shit that like pisses me off. So I was visiting her like a year or two ago, and she said something that was 10,000% wrong. My brother knew it. I knew it. Everybody in the room knew it. And so I just waited till everyone goes. And she doesn't like to be called out. I said, Mom, I said, you lied. You're wrong. I said, this is how it went down. I had my brother confirm it, and she still didn't want to believe it. And I was like, oh, here we go. Now, again, it's immature. I should have just let it drop, but I was like, I'm so pissed off, and so I was determined to win. Boy, did I win, because at the end of that conversation, you know, she didn't say anything to me for about a week or two, you know. But was it worth it? No, it wasn't worth it. But I agree what you say, Biscuit. I just don't like arguing with friends and family because, in the end, I love my friends and my family. I would do anything for my friends and my family. So I try to minimize the arguments. So, yeah. let's see. Biscuit says, I have fought with my bestie, and we've been friends for years. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, for 8 years. Excuse me. I get it. I totally agree. The worst fight that me and Eric has ever had, and I've said this, was when I accidentally threw in a move. We were wrestling in high school, and I just could not get the move down. And Eric got pissed, and he was like, Fierce, you're hurting me. If you throw the move wrong again, I'm going to fucking blast your teeth out. Or he said something like that. Well, that triggered me, and I said, dude, I'm not trying to, hurt you. I said, I'm just trying to do the move right. I said, because I want to do the move right whenever I have my next wrestling match against whoever. And I didn't mean, I said, that's what practice is for. He said, well, dude, you're hurting me. I said, well, I'm not trying to hurt you. I apologize. And we got into a fist fight. That's the worst that me and Eric have ever been mad. Because he punched me in the shoulder, I punched him in the neck, and it was on. And the coach had to separate his biscuit. But later on, I took a shower, after wrestling practice, and I had all my clothes on, and I was putting everything in my gym bag, and Eric just walked up and said, hey, Fierce, my bad, dude. I said, it's fine, man, no worries. We shook hands, and we've still been friends, and me and Eric have been friends for, oh, God, over 20 years now. I don't know the exact year, Biscuit, but over, because I met Eric at the end of 8th grade. So, yeah. So, I get it. So, yeah. So, but yeah, no, I totally agree. Everybody fights. I just like to minimize the arguments. All right, I'm going to get to my first topic. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. Let's see. James says, if I'm correct on the birthday stream, it was my mother's first time on your stream. Yes. Yes, James, you're correct, because Tina's been in a... Oh, no. No, that's not correct, because if you count the in real life live streams, she's been on that, and she's been in the vlogs, James. But if you don't count the in real life live stream, then yes, that was her first time on the podcast. But she's been on a in real life live stream. So, yeah. So it depends on if you think that one counts. But yes, she's been on... Now she's been on everything, James. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? She says hello there. Good to see you. Oh, absolutely, Kate. I 100% agree with you. She says, amen. God gives you challenges like... Yeah, exactly. Because, again, if he doesn't give you challenges, then what's life living, And I want to give a personal shout-out to my friend Nancy. She didn't make them, but she said her neighbor made them. Well, Nancy, thank you to you and your neighbor. And your neighbor has got some skill. Because, damn, that was a cool gift. So check this out. Check it out. That's pretty cool. So Nancy's neighbor made this for me. And she said that he or she, I don't know what her neighbor is. They made it out of 2 different types of steel. That's why it's 2 different colors. So there's that, and then there's that one. Very cool. Very cool gift. So I greatly appreciate it, Nancy. So yeah. All right. Tonight's watches. I'm going to watch Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. And I'm going to try to get to Trendsetters. So those are the 2 watches for today. All right. All right. Let me get my podcast book. I always forget to grab it. All right. Oh, man. All right, let's start with a movie review, shall we? All right. All right. Start with the Boondock Saints. Great movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's very good. So, let's see. The Boondock Saints. Very Irish. There's a lot of Irish in it. So, Irish movie. Lots of action. So, lots of action. A lot of deaths in the movie. So, lots of death. The best kill, let's see. There's a lot of good kills in it. Let's see. Best kill. It's not a horror movie. It's just an action movie, and a lot of people die. The best kill for me is... let's see here. Probably when Rocco kills everybody in, like, the strip club. Because he kills 2 people in the strip club. That was pretty good. So the strip club kills. I'm going to give the actual movie... It's not a perfect film, but it's pretty damn good. I'm going to give it a... I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I highly recommend it. It is good, so I recommend it. And then my 2 favorite scenes is when 2 gangster guys, so another gangster movie, 2 gangster guys come into the Irish bar, and he tells the 2 guys and his buddy that owns the bar to, like, get the fuck out. He's like, we're closing the bar. You got no say. Fuck you. We own this bar now. And the old guy's like, why don't you make, like, a tree and get the fuck out of here? And that's a direct quote. I'm not kidding. And the 2 Saint guys are like, listen, it's St. Patty's Day. Why don't you just be chill? Why don't you just come and hang out with us and have a drink? And he goes, you should take us up on our offer. And he's like, and then the big fat gangster guy's like, fuck you. I make the offers. And then they get into a massive fight, and it's a whole thing. So the bar fight is, without a doubt, probably my second favorite scene. So the bar fight. And then I'd say, let's see, what's my favorite scene? I mean, it's so good. It's hard to pick 2 scenes because all of it is fucking great. Probably when the 2 Saint guys are in that hotel and they come through the ceiling and they kill, like, 4 or 5 guys, like, in this big white room, and they come through the ceiling and they're through the, like, the ducts, the ventilation ducts and all that bullshit. That's probably my favorite scene. So coming through the roof. That's a great scene. That's a very, very, very good scene. You guys should totally check it out. It's awesome. I mean, it's literally, it's one of my favorite, like, quote unquote gangster movies. But before I watched Goodfellas, this was my favorite gangster movie. Now that I've seen Goodfellas, it would be Goodfellas first, then this, because it's fucking awesome. It is fucking awesome. So yeah, James says, one of the streams I want to do with you is reviewing a good Christmas movie, which would be Home Alone, because that's my favorite. I love Home Alone, James. I'm definitely going to watch that again during the Christmas season. I've got a lot of Christmas movies lined up for the Christmas season. James, check this out. I've got... Last year, James, I only made it through... I think the first 3, I made it through Rudolph, I made it through Cricket on the Hearth, and the Little Drummer Boy. So, already I've got 3 on this, so I plan to watch as many of these as possible, and 1 disc fell out, excuse me. So I'm going to try to watch, because these are a lot of Christmas cartoons, there are a lot of Christmas movies. Why in the hell does this thing keep falling out? Anyway, so I'm going to watch a lot of these, James, but absolutely we can do Home Alone, we can do Home Alone 2. I only think Home Alone 1 and 2 are the best. They've got like 7 of those motherfuckers out. Or if not more. I stopped watching at Home Alone 3. Because Home Alone 3's, it's not as good as number 1 and number 2, but 3's still pretty good. I haven't watched 4, 5, 6. Then they remade Home Alone with a British actor, like a British kid. So I haven't seen any of that shit, you know? So, at least not yet, you know? At least not yet. So, anyway. But yeah, check this out. So yeah, James, not a problem. We will definitely get around to it, my friend. Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. All right. Next. So, I never thought I would watch this movie ever again. I was 8 or 9 when I watched it. I was just returning Goonies to the library, and I watched something else from the library. I think it was like a Halloween, like Scooby movie or something. I can't remember what it was. And I was returning it, and they're always getting new and old stuff. So I'm just walking, and my mom, like I said, my mom back, I don't even know if you can still do this. I don't even remember the website. My mom would either get a card in the mail, or she would check a website, or both, where you could rent or buy family movies and watch them as a family. And I think she did both. Sometimes she would buy us movies off that site, and sometimes she would rent them. And one of them was called The Mouse and the Motorcycle. And it's basically about a kid and his family are on vacation. They never tell you where they're going on vacation, but there's a problem with the engine, and the dad's like, oh man, like the car's breaking down. And they just have to pull into this, like, this awful hole-in-the-wall hotel, and they pull in, and Ralph is the mouse, and he's been living in the hotel since it opened, and he lives with his mouse family, his mom, his uncle, his sister, and his brother, and they just collect food from all the people that are, you know, staying in the hotel. And so Keith is the kid, and he loves toy cars, so he has a toy ambulance and he has a toy motorcycle. They don't really explain how the motorcycle just comes to life. It just does. And so he meets Ralph, and they become buddy-buddy. And all of a sudden, Keith gets sick. And so Ralph says, let me borrow your motorcycle. And so he drives around the hotel on the motorcycle, finds Keith some medicine. He gives Keith the medicine. Keith he feels way better. And then at the end, then Keith's like, hey, thanks a lot for making me feel better. And he gives Ralph the motorcycle. And then the car's fixed, and then they get out of there. So I watched this a bunch when I was a kid. I never thought in a billion years that I would watch it again. So I'm walking through the library, and I was like, holy shit, I have not seen that movie in forever. I kid you not, the last time I watched this, I was 8 or 9 years old. But I vividly remember watching it a bunch when I was a kid. And it was originally a book. I've never read the book, but me and my brother watched this tons of times. So it was good to go back down memory lane and watch it again. So now I've watched it a bunch of times as a kid, but the first time as an adult. Totally brought me back. Saturday morning, little fears, sitting in front of the TV. Real Ghostbusters first, then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then breakfast, and then this. In that order. So, let's review it, shall we? So, the mouse and the motorcycle. Because it's so nostalgic, I'm gonna give it a 9.1 out of 10 because I thoroughly enjoyed it as a kid. I watched it. I can't even remember how many times I watched it as a kid, but I watched it a lot as a kid. A lot of, more. I'd say more than 10 times as a kid. I'm not kidding. I don't really know how many, but I know for a fact we watched it a lot. That was my rough, good, educated guess. Once as an adult. So I'm going to give it a 9.1 out of 10. Very nostalgic. Very vintage. They filmed it in 1980. I think it's 1985, but let me check. I think it was 2 years after I was born, because I was born in 83. So I watched this around 1989, 1990, something like that. Hey, Meta, I have a question. The movie The Mouse and the Motorcycle, when did they film it? What year?
The Mouse and the Motorcycle was released in 1986.
Oh, 1986. Okay. So I was 1 year off. 1 year off. Okay. So, made in 1986. It is funny. It's very funny. So, very funny. If you have a family, you guys will love it. So, if you have children, you'll love it. So, I highly recommend it for families or for children. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you want to watch it, I just watched it because I was like, oh my God, son of a bitch. I haven't seen that in years. Literally, the last time I watched it, I was around 8 or 9. And I thought, let's go down nostalgic way. Let's go down, a blast from the past. So, yeah. So, I do recommend it. It's a funny, cool family movie. Recommend it. There's a little bit of action in it, but not too much. A little bit of action. A little bit of action. It's a bit of slapsticky. So, slap, stick. Let's see here. Funny, bit of slapstick, bit of action. Let's see here. Probably my favorite scene is at the end where, someone's at my door, but I'm not going to go because I know it's a pizza, so I'm just going to sit here until they go away because I don't feel like opening the door. So, yeah. So they can bang all they want. I'm just going to keep going on. So, yeah. Okay. So my favorite scene is probably when Keith and Ralph, Keith feels bad. He's like, he goes, I can't stay in this hotel anymore. I got to go with my family. And Ralph's like, well, I'll miss you, buddy. Like, you're such a good friend. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I'll never forget you either. Like, you're my buddy. You're my friend. And then Keith's like, well, I'll tell you what. Because you like riding my motorcycle so much, you can just have it. And he's like, really? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I can always just save up my money and just get another motorcycle. And so he just ends up giving it to him. So giving Ralph the motorcycle is probably one of my favorites. Go away! Giving the motorcycle. Give the motorcycle to Ralph. Hopefully they go away, because I don't feel like opening the door anymore. I'd say my second favorite scene is probably when Ralph almost gets killed by the cat. That's a pretty funny scene. So Ralph is on the mission. He's like, oh man, Keith is feeling so bad. I got to get him some medicine. And his parents, Keith's parents are like, we've looked everywhere in the whole hotel. Like, Keith's not going to die, but if he doesn't get any medicine soon, then he gets really sick. And he's like, I've talked to everybody, and Ralph actually finds some medicine. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, but Ralph's on the motorcycle, and probably so when he's riding around the hotel, and then a cat like sniffs him out, and he's all like, "Oh God, there's a cat." So yeah, I probably should go check to see if they're gone. Give me a second. I just don't feel like opening the door anymore. But give me a second. Oh my God, that guy would not go away. And I guarantee you why he didn't go away was because he didn't speak a lick of English. I had to, which I'm not making fun of him. He knocked twice, and then he knocked a third time very gently. And I was like, he just will not go away. Probably because he didn't speak a lick of English. So I went in, and he's like, food, food, food. I was like, no, 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 no food, no, no food. And then he gave me his phone. And I hit the translation button. I went through my whole spiel. He still didn't get it. He just looked at me like that. And I said, look, I'll make it simple. I didn't order it. I'm not paying for it. I'm sorry they wasted your time because they're immature little bastards. That's all I got. I said it as nicely as I could. He finally understood, but that's probably why he kept on knocking. So, the next time, I'm just not going to go to the door. I don't. They can knock 10,000 times. I'm sick and tired of getting up because this is ridiculous. So I was as nice as I possibly could. He finally understood, and I'm like, I'm really sorry that they wasted your time. I really am. So yeah. Yo, what's up, heroes? Good to see ya. It's been a minute, heroes. I told everybody that I was on the phone with you before, so we're gonna hang out soon. So I'm inviting you right now, buddy. I can't remember if I invited you on the phone. Me and Dave and Zach, we're going to go miniature golfing probably in about a week or two. So you're more than welcome to come with us and mini golf if you want. So yeah. If not, then we'll hit up some video gaming, or we'll go to the Lego store here in a couple months, maybe before Christmas, and then obviously we're going to hang out at your Christmas party, buddy. But yeah, it's a lot easier to tell people, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't order that. When they know English. That guy, he sounded like he was from Brazil. I had no idea what he was saying. I said, do you speak English? And he's like, a little. I went, do you have the translation app? And he says, yeah. I said, here, let me see it. And I just tapped it, and I just basically said, in a nutshell, I'm sorry, I hate when my trolls do this. I'm a YouTuber. I hate that they wasted your time. I did not order this. I didn't do DoorDash. I don't know what this is, but I'm sorry that they wasted your time, and I'm holding the phone. And at first he didn't understand, so then I had to do it a second time. Then he looked at it and read and goes, oh, see. I went, okay, great. And then he wrote, And then he said it in Brazilian, but it came out in English. Sorry for wasting your time. And then I said, it's not a problem. I feel more bad for wasting your time because you're trying to work, and I really wish my haters would stop like wasting people's time while they're working. It's disgusting that they do that. And then he said, I completely understand. So at least he wasn't mad. And I said, all right, well, have a good day. And then he left. But probably the reason why he kept knocking, because if someone was in English, if I would have been like, go away, they would have got the hint and they would have went away. But because he didn't know how to speak a lick of English, that's probably why he kept knocking, because he knocked at least 3 times. The next time, I'm just not going to come to the door, because I'm sick and tired of it. Anyway, back to this. Let me catch up with the chat, and we'll continue on with this. Let's see. Where did I leave off? I left off... where did I leave off? Strong Bear says, I like that Home Alone Halloween crossover. I've never seen that one, Strong Bear. So, done by Robot Chicken. Nope, I've never seen that one. I like Robot Chicken. I've seen a couple episodes, but I've never seen that one. James says, I've never heard of that. It's a good one, James. It's a good one. I can't believe I found it because, again, the last time I watched this, I was like 8 or 9. So when I was returning Goonies and all that stuff, I just was walking through the DVD section because they mix the DVDs and the Blu-rays together. So I'm just walking, and I went, no fucking way. And I hadn't seen it in years, and I was like, holy shit. So, yeah. What's up, Chicken Wizard? Good to see you again. Good to see you. Good to see you. Boom! Guess who it is? Chicken Jockey! Always. That video is great. I even put the original Chicken Jockey in a vlog. You guys know. He's like, stop! God damn it with this TikTok shit. My God. He's like, hey, bro, it's just a joke. And he's like, joke nothing. He goes, man, you know how many times I gotta hear chicken wing, chicken wing. He goes, the shit is not funny. And you know we got cameras at the drive-thru, right? That is one of the greatest TikTok videos I've ever seen in my life. I was fucking losing my mind when I saw that. It was great. Hero says, shout out to everyone in the chat. Yes, shout out to everyone in the chat. Anyway, let's get back to this, shall we? Sorry for the interruption. Hey, trolls, go fuck yourself. I'm telling you, those people are disgusting. They bother people at their job. That is so disgusting. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. So my favorite scene is when Keith gives Ralph the motorcycle. My second favorite one is probably when Ralph almost gets killed by the cat, trying to help Keith and try to get him some medicine to make him feel better. So, almost getting killed by the cat. I do recommend it if you have a family. Because if you have a family, you guys will love it. It's a funny family movie. I just watched it because I couldn't believe that I found it at my library. And I was like, holy shit, the last time I watched that, I was like 8 or 9. And I was like, damn, a blast from the past. All right. All right. So, let's see, what's next? I'm going to do, so after you celebrate Thanksgiving, there's a lot of activities you can do. So, Thanksgiving activities. One of my favorites, when I was growing up, my dad would always put it, oh God, here we go. I'm not. I'm going to stay here. I'm just going to sit here. The first activities, my dad would always turn on a football game. So a football game is always good. Football game. Number 2, probably watching the Macy's parade. That's always a good one. So Macy's parade. They always do a good job on that. They always do a really good job on the Macy's Day Parade. What's up, Corn Dog? What's up? Yeah, hello, housekeeping. No. I know what they're doing, Pixel, but I'm not getting up. I'm not. I don't care. I'm fed up. So football game, Macy's parade. Dessert is always good after Thanksgiving. So dessert. I don't know if you guys did this, but after Thanksgiving, me and my family would always, because by then people already put out all their Christmas lights, so we would always go away. I'm good. You got the wrong house. Thank you. Goodbye. Hilarious. We would always go and check out everyone's Christmas lights, so that's always good. Oh God, this person won't go away. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hope that's the last one. I really do. So another one that did not know how to speak English. I'm telling you, if they would have spoke English, as soon as they heard me say, "Hey, I'm good, go away, it's a wrong number, wrong house," they would have got the hint. So I always asked them, "Do you have the translator?" And he said, "See." And I said, "Okay." So I said the same spiel, and then he got it and went, "Oh, good." I went, "All right, sorry. I'm really sorry for wasting your time. It's not me. Have a good day." So I really hope that's the last one. All right. So what I was trying to say was, so most people after Thanksgiving, around that time, will have their Christmas lights already up. So I don't know if you guys did this. Not always, but sometimes me and my family would drive around and look at other people's Christmas lights right after Thanksgiving. So check out the Christmas lights. Excuse me. Let's see what else. Let me catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Hero says shout out to the chat. Yeah, so Heroes, I hope we get to hang out soon, my friend, because, man, it's been a while. So, but here it is, Heroes. I don't take it personally. I've been busy as all hell. You've been busy. You're even more busy, so I get it, buddy. I absolutely 100% get it. I mean, and plus, people are busier even more around the holidays, buddy. So whenever we can hang out, Heroes, I miss you, man. We'll definitely get to hang out soon, buddy. We'll definitely get to hang out soon. Corn Dog says, yeah, bung. This is true. This is very true. Let's see. No, Pixel, I would never do that. You got to do the Farley. Housekeeping? No, thank you. Sleeping. Housekeeping? Come back in an hour. Housekeeping, you want pillow? No pillow. More sleepy. And then he says something else. I can't remember the other one. And he's like, please go away. Let me sleep for the love of God. I couldn't do that to someone, Pixel. I will admit, that is a funny scene. Chris Farley went before his time. That guy was fucking hilarious, man. I love Chris Farley movies. He only did a couple before he died, sadly, but that guy was a master. He's like, please go away. that was some funny shit. Please put a note. Oh, I should put a note on the door, at least for a little while. That's actually a good idea. I hope it's ended. But yeah, maybe next time. I mean, it would suck to put that on my door, but I mean, I will if I have to, because I am getting sick and tired of this. I just find it sickening because they hate me. People are trying to work. I feel so bad. Like, whenever I have to go through the spiel, I'm like, listen, from the bottom of my heart, I am really sorry. Like, I didn't order that. I haven't ordered a pizza online in ages, if I'm being honest. Normally, I just get a couple of frozen pizzas and heat them up from Walmart. I feel so bad. And I hate that I have to go through the spiel, but I don't mind going through the spiel because I'm like, listen, I know you're just trying to work. You wasted all your gas money. I'm sorry they wasted your time. And I feel so bad for them. Because I used to deliver pizzas way back in the day, and I feel so bad. I really do. I just wish they would stop. Like, yeah, ha, 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 it's funny, whatever. It's not really that funny. It's really not that creative, I really wish they would stop it, but you know how trolls are. All right. So what do we got so far? Thanksgiving activities. We got a football game. My dad would always turn it on. Didn't matter which game. He just would turn on the game after Thanksgiving. That's always fun. Watching the Macy's Day Parade. They do it every year. It's always in New York City, I believe. And it's big. They even had the Macy's Day Parade in Miracle on 34th Street, which is a great classic Christmas movie. Eating dessert's always good. Checking out the Christmas lights. Let's see, what else? What am I missing? What's some other activities? Let's see. Pixel says, howdy, Tina. What's up, Pixel? No, I would never do that, Pixel. I would never hit anyone. That's not true. That's not true, buddy. That's taking it to the extreme. I would never do that. Probably Kate. That's probably the one who's doing it. If not him, it's somebody else. But I really hope that's the end of it. Anyway. Give me some more. What else? I've hit the big activities. Watching a football game. Macy's Day Parade dessert. People check out other people's Christmas lights on Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. Let's see, what else? I'm having a brain fart here. Let's see. Things to do on well, if I could type, hang on. Things to do on Thanksgiving. Let's see here. Oh, volunteer. That's always a good one. Volunteer. A lot of people volunteer, like at soup kitchens, and and I plan on doing every year. Every year they do I don't know if I don't think it's for my apartment complex. It's for the entire community. Usually before or after I pay my rent, it happens like a week before Thanksgiving. They give you a list, and it's either floor. They do a couple. Like last year, it was they used My City. It's at My City Community Food Drive. The year before that was Orlando, Florida Community Food Drive. They always switch up the names every year, and I always buy one of everything off the list because I feel bad. It sucks that some families, they're working their ass off and they still can't make enough money to have like a big Thanksgiving dinner. And I was like, well, that sucks. So I always try to help out where I can. And every year since I've lived here, I just have the list. I film it. So some of them you guys have seen. Some of them I have not uploaded yet, but I will because I'm so far behind. That's why I'm glad I'm not going to any conventions during the month of November. I even called Jeff. I said, Jeff, I'll probably hit up a convention maybe after Christmas because I know he's got one either before Christmas or after Christmas. And then I'll hit one up in January because Jeff does a big ass one in January. I said, I just want a month just to chill. I said, because I've been go. I said, I want to do a couple of my shows, and then I want to edit some videos and either get all caught up or kind of caught up. But every year I always donate to the community food drive, which I'm going to write down. So volunteer. That's number 5. Number 6, I donate to the community food drive. And normally I just buy one of everything. Like, so there's a big ass list. There's a big ass list that says, like, 2 turkeys. And normally I'll ask them, because whenever you grab it, there's always a community leader there handing the flyers out every year. I'm like, what do you need? And then they'll be like, oh, well, if you want to buy one of everything on the list, or she'll be like, we don't have enough turkeys. I'm like, that's fine. I'll buy a turkey right off the bat, and then I'll get whatever else is on the list. So I always get, like, ham and a turkey, and then yams and mashed potatoes and gravy and the whole 9 yards. Then I'll get something for dessert, and then I put it all in a big grocery bag, and then there's a big bin in my leasing office that says Community Food Drive Drop-Off, and I just put all the food in there. So then people can enjoy a Thanksgiving dinner. I always donate to the Christmas Toys for Tots for children, because I'm like, well, that's bullshit. At least one kid should get at least something, whether it's a Lego, a video game, whatever. They should get at least one toy, and it sucks that they don't. So I try to help out and do those 2 charities. So yeah. Let's see. Landon says, Fears, I think Seamus is going to steal your foil ball. Well, guess what? It's right there. Hey, Seamus, up your ass. You're not going to get my fucking foil ball. Ha ha! Seamus, there's hair. There's hair in it. Hair, I swear. Seamus, you son of a bitch. Ha ha! He's never going to get the foil ball. Which, by the way, I haven't added any foil to it in quite a long time, so I need to. So, yeah. Oh, there you go, Kate. There you go. So you're going to hand out some meals to the neighbor. Now, Kate, is your neighborhood big? Is it a big neighborhood? So, yeah. I don't know why they changed the name. Like last year, I think it was called the Florida Community Food Drive. And then the year before it, they used my city name. I don't know why they keep changing it. Maybe it's a different community charity that does it different every year, but it's always a different name. And I've done it from 2019, and I'm going to do it again this year, because I always try to give back, and I always try to help out where I can, because I'm grateful for, I never take anything for granted in my life. I love my friends, my family, my job, all the nerd halls. I'm very grateful for you guys, the fans, the loving and loyal fans. So I have a lot to be thankful for, and I'll probably do that as a topic either tomorrow or Saturday. What the things I'm thankful for, and I just try to help out. If people helped out more people in the world, then the world would be better off. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I think, why are humans so stupid? And what I mean by that is, as much as they give back, all the wars and all the bullshit and all the racism and all the, like, he said, she said, like, oh, we're going to fuck your country up. No, fuck you. We're going to fuck your country up. And I'm like, why can't everybody just get along and shut the fuck up and end war? That's why I love Star Trek, because in the 24th century, they end poverty, they end war, everyone's got a home, there's enough food for everybody. Nobody in the 24th century is into materialistic objects, and I'm just like, they don't have to worry about money. They eliminate money, and they just work to better themselves, and they work to better mankind. And I'm like, God, I just wish it could be more like Star Trek. I doubt I'll never see that in my lifetime, but maybe by the 24th century, maybe they'll figure it out and be like, look, more helping each other out, less fucking war and shit. That's why I hate politics. Like, I hate all that crap. I can't stand politics. F. F for presentation. F. That's why I don't vote. Fuck politics. I can't deal with that crap. Donald Trump has lost his fucking mind. Oh my God. I hope he doesn't come back from another term. Holy fucking shit, is that guy nuts. The only nice quality he has, I will admit, he's a good businessman. Oh, well, he used to be a good businessman. I know he lost a lot of his hotels and he had a massive fucking yacht or some shit. So he used to be a good businessman, and I respect that. Everything else, he's just too, like, in your fucking face, you know? Like, fake news, fuck you. Fake news, fuck you. I'm like, what if it's real news? I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit going on. A lot of crazy shit. So I try to help out as much as I can. So yeah. Let's see. Hero says, huge news. The two guys that made the new Final Destination movie. Well, Heroes, just a heads up. I've got all the Final Destinations over here. I need to watch all of them. I've only seen a bit of the first one. The one where the guy's driving down the road and the fucking logs fall off the logging truck. And the the log goes right through the fucking window, smashes the guy's face to pieces. And I'm like, well, that's the end of that guy. That's the only one that I've kind of seen. I got to sit down and watch all the others. So, yeah. The two guys that made the Final Destination movie are now working on Gremlins 3. Yes! Pixel told me that, and I'm like, yes! I fucking love. Gremlins 1 was kind of a Christmas holiday movie / horror movie. Number 2, it is a horror movie, but it's not scary. It's more, I don't know what you call it, Pixel, like a funny, slapsticky comedy horror movie, which I've got the second one. I need to get the first one. I don't have the first one yet, but I've seen the first one a dozen times. It's got the guy, what's his name? The guy from the Goonies. Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman's in it, so I've seen them both. So I am so excited for part 3. I hope the guy comes. I hope that the main actor. The main actor from 1 and 2. I hope him and his girlfriend, because in the first one it's his girlfriend. The second one, I believe they got married and he's got a big job and it takes place in the not too distant future and he works like at a big like tower in New York City or some shit. So I hope him and his wife, the girl that played his wife, comes back, because you can't do Gremlins without that guy. So yeah. Hang on. Hey, Meta, what's the actor's name that played in the original Gremlins, the main character? Oh, hang on. Hey, Meta, what is the actor's name that played the original, like, what the hell is going on? Hang on. Hang on. I think the internet's crapping out. Hey, Matt, who was the original actor in the first one? The original actor in Gremlins. Hang on. Let me look it up. I forgot his name. Main actor in Gremlins. Oh, that's what it is. Zach. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Zach Gatlin. And then Dick Miller. That guy's been in everything. It's sad that Dick Miller passed away, Pixel. He was in Chopping Mall. He was in one of those Tales from the Crypt movies. Then he did a couple episodes of Tales from the Crypt. Then he was in Explorers, which is a great 80s movie. He was the guy that tries to sell the Terminator a bunch of guns. And the Terminator's, he's like, you can't do that. And the Terminator's like, wrong. and blows him away. Dick Miller was in the original Terminator. But the original actor, and I never met him, but I saw him at one of my buddy Dave's contaminations way back in the day. I just saw him from a distance, and I never went up and introduced. I should have. Zach Galligan, hopefully that's how you pronounce his name. If it's wrong, I apologize. So hopefully they bring him back. So I don't know what was going on with my... Oh, I know what was going on. A troll was calling and interrupting. Look. All the way down. So that's what was going on. Well, I'm going to turn off my phone so we don't have to deal with that crap anymore. All right. So that was number 6. I donate to the community food drives. I really try to give back when I can. I really do, because there's a lot of people out there suffering and have a lot more problems than Fears does, you know? Like, my problems are fucking peanuts compared to people are starving out there. People are working sometimes 2, 3 jobs. I get it. Life is hard. I absolutely get it. So, yeah. Kate says, it's a pretty big community, but I know most of the dogs near me. It's a dog-friendly community. Oh, that's what's up. Well, Kate, you know, not only do I love Enzo, I love all dogs. I'm more of a dog lover than a cat. I like cats. And you're big into animals too. That's why I thought Larry was insane when he's like, you don't like the zoo. I'm like, nah, I do. Fuck you. The only animal I don't like, well, hate's a strong word. I strongly do not like, I would rather check out an alligator than a snake. Snakes freak me the fuck out. It's literally, they don't have any arms or legs. It's a body that slithers. It's always pissed off, and it wants to kill you. And most of them, not all, most of them in their fangs have venom. Not all snakes are poisonous, but a lot of them are. So if you get bit by one, if you don't have any anti-venom, you're dead within minutes. So fuck those. Fuck that. No way. Let's see. Can't wait for that one. Just a heads up. Thank you, Heroes. Yeah, Pixel told me I'm excited for Gremlins 3 and Heroes. Let me ask you a question. Are you excited for Spaceballs 2? I know I am. Heroes, if you want to go to the movies with me, that would be a cool hangout. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for Spaceballs 2. The Search for More Money. He's like, Yogurt, do you think we'll ever see each other again? God willing. God willing, we'll all be back in Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Well, guess what? Even though they're not calling it that, the new one is Spaceballs 2, or Spaceballs Awakens. So, and I saw the trailer, and I have so much fucking respect for Mel Brooks. Even though he's about to turn 100, he's not there yet, I don't think. Hang on, let me look. He's either 100 or he's like 98, 99. I still love his passion for movies. He's still making movies. He's like, fuck age. I'm not going to have my age slow me down. Good for him. And not only is he directing it, but he's also being President Scroob and Yogurt. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. How old is Mel Brooks? I think he's 98, but let me look. I was wrong. I was one off. He was born June 28th, 1926, and which would make him 99 years old. So by the time the movie finishes, he'll be 100. So fuck yeah. I am stoked out of my mind. I cannot wait. So Heroes, if you want to come with me and we'll go see Spaceballs 2, I am so damn excited. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are excited. I'm over the moon. I cannot wait for that. So yeah. Let's see here. I'm sure this one will also be a Christmas movie as well. It could be. Pixel said, I met the guy. He's nice. Oh, that's what's up, Pixel. So, Pixel, I'm just curious. Did you meet him at that GalaxyCon that you always go to? Which I keep saying I got to go to. I don't care which one, because I want to hang out with you, Pixel, and I just want to go to that con to see if it's all the hype, because anytime you make like a Galaxy Con like summary video, they're always kick ass. Those are always good. It's for release November 2027. Oh, okay, that's what's up. So the Gremlins is coming out November. Okay, nice. It'll be a Christmas movie. It's yeah, that makes sense. I just seen the new Michael Jackson trailer drop today. Can't wait to see that. Oh, I did not know. So I guess are they making a movie about his life? I didn't see that. I've never heard of that one, Pixel. Pixel says Mad Monster is the one I met him at. I've never met him. I've always wanted to meet him. He was at, like I said, he was at my buddy Dave's convention. I saw him from a distance, but I never went up to his booth. I should have. Because now my buddy Dave doesn't do that convention. He took all that money, and first his comic book shop was in Belleville, Illinois, but then he said, hey, Fears, I'll make triple the money, quadruple the money if I... So he moved to California. I don't know where in California, but he moved to California, and he moved his comic book shop there. And he said, in California, everything's big. He goes, Fears, I'll make quadruple the money. I was like, Dave, I'll still be your friend no matter what, buddy. I'm like, do it. I'm like, go chase your dreams, man. I'm like, I've been in his comic book shop. It's fucking awesome. And he just got burned too many times. Like, I'd say Contamination 1 through 4 was the best ones. And I didn't go to number 1, but I heard it was good. I went through Contamination 2 through 6. 2 through 4 was fantastic. He lost a lot of money on Contamination 5 and Contamination 6. So, I get it. If you keep losing money, well then it's time for a change. It's time to do something else. So, yeah. I get it 100%. So, yeah. I just need Mel Brooks to stay alive till then because he's like 100. I just looked it up, heroes. He's 99, but by the time they finish that film, he'll be 100. So I give the guy a lot of credit. He's still kicking ass and taking names at 100. If Fears makes it to 99, that'll be good. That'll be good. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to lose all this weight, man. I really am. I got so much damn respect for him, heroes. And I hope to God, I don't really care, but it would be nice if they did a couple throwbacks to the original. Like, hey, that's my escape pod. Who are you? I'm the bearded lady. What are you? One of the freaks? And then, I love Rick Moranis. Come back here, you fat bearded bitch. And he's so pissed off. And then the bearded lady's like, just pushes him out of the fucking way, and she's like, yeah, bye-bye, you're gone, and then she goes up in the escape pod. That's great. I hope they bring back Doc Matrix, and I hope they bring back Pizza the Hut, and I hope they bring back, whatever his name, Bill Pullman or whatever for Lone Star. I heard Josh, what's his name? He's in a lot of Disney movies. He plays the snow creature in Frozen. Josh Gad, he wrote the script with Mel Brooks, and I believe he's playing the John Candy character, Barf, I believe. And then they're having John Candy's son that's still alive. I read online. He's playing, John Candy's son is playing some type of character. I don't know what. So yeah, and now they've got all these new sci-fi movies to like parody the shit out. They've made so many more Alien movies since the first one. They've made so many Predator movies. They've made tons of new Star Trek, tons of Star Trek television. So they got so much shit to parody. Because back when they made the first one, Pixel, they only had a couple of sci-fi films to parody. They made a lot more Star Wars movies. So they've got a lot to parody. So I hope Mel Brooks, when he sits down and he writes all this and all that, he's like, all right, We got to parody the shit out of that. We got to parody the shit out of this. Oh, yeah, they made this sci-fi. We got to throw that in there. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't think it'll disappoint because they've had, 37 years to prepare. So all right, well, let's put it this way. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I know it's not going to out-top the first one. You know, the first one is the OG, the original. Same thing like Goonies. If they ever made a Goonies 2, I'm sure it'll be good, but it will never come close to the original. Never. Never. That's why I like, whenever they make a new Ghostbuster movie, they tried it once. They tried to remake it, and I'm like, you people are fucking idiots. You cannot remake that fucking movie. That original movie is great. Fuck your reboots. Don't fucking touch my original favorite movie. I could care less. If they keep making sequels of Ghostbusters, that's great. Add on to the original story. Keep adding. Keep adding. But don't fucking reboot and remake a classic. That is fucking horse shit. So yeah. Anyway. Man, I wouldn't want to live that long, 80s man. Do you know the reason why, Bukaki? Because as much as I love God and Jesus and stuff, I would really miss all my friends and my family. So Fears is trying to live as long as possible, you know? I mean, I know everyone, that's the only thing about life I hate. Eventually, everyone's going to get some type of, either they die of old age, or they get sick, or they get a disease, or whatever, and then everybody dies at some point, and it sucks. So I would, because you guys know how much over the years you guys have watched me for 12 years now, or 11 plus years, whatever it is. You guys know Fears better than me. I mean, I know myself pretty good, but you guys watch me every day. You guys know I love the shit out of my family and my friends and my coworkers. I love you guys. The people in my life, they mean the most to me, and I would miss them, you know, and it sucks. And then to watch my dad wither away, I mean, I was fucking heartbroken. But at least, you know what? I asked my dad, are you afraid of dying? And he said, no, not really, because he said, this pain is unbearable. And he goes, I've lived a good life. And he goes, I love you guys, and you'll always be in my heart. And I was like, I was holding back the tears, but because you guys know I don't do good with my emotions. We guys, we hold it all in, or at least I do. I try to put up the tough persona, but in the inside, I'm just, gooey, So I had to walk away, and oh man, in the hallway, I fucking broke down. I broke down a couple of times, but I miss him. I miss him every day. I'm starting to get teary-eyed right now, and so I better stop talking about it. That's why I never go live on my dad's birthday. Because I know if I go live on that day, you guys have seen, I tried to go live one day on my dad's birthday, and I couldn't fucking do it. So yeah. I do a live a couple days before my dad's birthday, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the live. On this day, I can't do it, and yeah. So, but I get what you're saying, Bukaki. You can only do so much in your lifetime, but I mean, I give Mel Brooks like all the respect in the world. He's worked his fucking ass off. Most people would be like, all right, I'm getting older. It's time to take a break. And I'm sure Mel Brooks has taken a couple breaks in his life. But he loves movies, and he loves movie making so much, he's like, fuck retirement. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep making movies. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. Let's see. Hero says John Candy and Bill Pullman's son will both be in it. Oh, so Bill will be in it, and his son, and John Candy's son. That's fucking awesome. Be in the movie playing their real sons as well. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Very cool. It just sucks. John Candy went before his time. That guy was a fucking genius. Genius. I got mad respect for John Candy. He was one of the most funniest people on film. He is fucking hilarious. I love his movies. And then even like when he would play like a serious role, like whenever in Uncle Buck, it's half serious, half fun. Like when he gives Tia a bunch of advice, he's like, Tia, he goes, I know that guy like a book. That guy is a predator, and he wants you as his prey, and I'm telling you, he is going to burn you. And Tia doesn't listen until the very last waking moment, and then it gets really serious at the end. And she's like, oh, thanks for helping me out. I'm sorry for giving you so much shit. And he's like, hey, don't worry about it. And so he did really good in serious roles and in funny. Like Planes, Trains, and Automobile, it's half funny and it's half serious. Like at the end where he's like, I don't have a phone. I don't have a home. Maria's been dead for 8 years. It gets super serious, you know? And then like when, I think his name is Nick, the other guy, or whatever. Or Neil, I think. Neil makes fun of Dale, and he's like, oh, yeah, you want to make fun of me? Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. Make fun of me. And then he's like, but I like myself. And that it gets real serious then. So he could play both sides of the coin. He can play fucking hilarious, but he can also play very serious, too. So, yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Bukaki says, we're living in a weird point in time. It is. Humans' life expectancy might be over 150 by the time you are 80. Probably. That's funny, Bukaki. Fears, are you ready to be a cyborg? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm just joking. Probably not. They just dropped a new John Candy documentary. Pixel told me about that, Heroes. I haven't seen it yet, but I would either like to watch it on Amazon, or I would like to buy it. I'd probably buy it because I love John Candy so much. He's a great actor. Excuse me. It's called I Like Me. Well, you know what? Let's watch it. Before we continue on, let's watch it because it's 4:52, so I got plenty of time before Lantern goes live. So, yeah. So, let me watch it. And again, Visions, I don't know if Visions is still watching. I'm sorry that I timed you out, but I'm not a dumbass. I just don't feel like fighting with anyone anymore, so, yeah. I mean, I'm still your friend, but, you know, I gotta draw a line at some things. So, yeah. And again, what Biscuit was saying, all friends fight, so I am sorry, but I just can't take Larry's bullshit anymore. All right, so I Like Me trailer. I guess they made it this year. Yeah, here it is. Oh shit, Bill Murray's in this documentary. Oh, that's what's up. So here we go. John Candy, I Like Me official 2025 trailer. Okay. Sweet. Let's watch it.
I can't tell you what was right about John Candy or what was wrong. But he was my friend, and I don't want to cry, but when I see him, when you see his face, I mean...
See, that's a perfect way how Bill Murray just said it. Like, sometimes I'm good at expressing my feelings, sometimes I'm not good at expressing my feelings. I wish I was better. A lot of guys have that problem. We just bottle it all up, keep it inside. We don't really talk about it much. That's why it's nice to have a lady, because a lady, shout out to all the ladies out there, ladies are 50 times better at expressing their feelings, and so whenever you have a lady, they help the guys express their feelings, you know? So Bill Murray just said, he goes, like I don't know what to say about John Candy, but, you know, I love him, he's my friend, and he goes, I don't want to cry. I don't either. You know, like when I talk about my dad, we had good times, we had bad times, more good times. But sometimes there were bad times where we would get into arguments. Thank God me and my dad never got into a fist fight. Thank God. But we got into some big heated arguments, and I regret every single argument that I ever had with my dad because now I miss him. And he's gone, and he's never coming back. And, yeah. I so regret every single argument that I've ever had with my mom or my dad. That's why I really try not to argue with my mom anymore because, You know, she misses my dad every day. So do I. So does my brother. And now Shelton, my nephew, he'll never get to meet his grandpa. And I know my dad would have been a kick-ass grandpa. I know 100% he would. So yeah, and my mom loves being a grandma. My mom loves it. And I'm like, that's good, Mom. I'm like, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy being a grandma. And she's like, oh, I love it. I love being an uncle. I got a lot of hangout time with Shelton, you know, when I was in town. And my brother loved the Halloween outfit that I got him. So he hasn't sent me any Halloween pictures yet, but he will. My mom and my brother's wife made Shelton's Halloween costume. He was broccoli. That's not too bad for a first costume. My first costume was I had white makeup on with a red nose. I was a clown. And I don't remember much of it, but I remember the outfit had yellow and red, black, and white in the costume. And I had black, like, massive clown shoes. So, and then I had a big-ass red nose, and I had white makeup on me. So, yeah. So, mine was a clown. So, broccoli? That's not a bad start. Not too bad. All right, let's continue on.
Who are you?
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. Gus Berlinski, Poker King of the Midwest.
Gus Berlinski, Poker King of the Midwest. Polka, 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 polka.
Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
This is a lovable guy. This is a guy who, the minute you see his face, you're going to smile. He was amazingly funny.
Yes, he was.
He was one of the top performers out of all of them.
Guess my secret to acting would be I pretend real hard.
Even though John did distinctly different characters, John was always there.
He was so gentlemanly and so Canadian.
Nobody had bigger expectations for himself than John.
Oh, yeah. They just showed the scene where he's like, get in your mouse and get out of here. And then the guy's like, let me tell you something, you four-flushing. Punches the fucking guy right in his mouse nose. And then he all gets mad and then he punches him again. That scene out of Uncle Buck is fucking great. I love that. Get in your mouse and get out of here.
And then all of a sudden, it kind of jumped to a different level.
I've made winning my whole life. And when you make winning your whole life, you have to keep on winning.
You've been in more turkeys than a stuffing mix.
I think the weight of everything he was doing was just too much.
The hazard of this business.
And then that movie that he was in, it didn't do so well, but me and Randy love it. I found it back in the day when the old blockbusters. I love him in Nothing But Trouble, the one that Dan Aykroyd plays two parts. He plays a big ass adult baby in it, and then he plays the judge that's like 109 years old. And then John Candy plays the police officer, and then he plays the police officer's sister. So he plays a woman in that too, and he is hysterical in that fucking movie. If you've never seen Nothing But Trouble, you guys have got to watch it. I fucking love that movie. It didn't do so well, but I don't know why it didn't do good, because it's fucking great. So check it out.
Is that it's very unhealthy for people pleasers.
Can't really do favors for people.
It's a bottomless cup of coffee. If you go a whole lifetime eating your feelings, drinking your feelings, smoking your nerves, it shows up.
You know, there's some things that are just painful. That's it. And you can't make them not painful.
Hollywood's still reacting to the shocking news.
John Candy is dead at the age of 43.
Yeah, see, 43.
It's the face you put on.
That's way too young for someone to die. Like, he went before his time, man, and that sucks. It absolutely sucks. Because he was pretty damn talented.
World that defines who you are.
He lived his life very much like the movies. He was the child that made everyone happy. And he was the adult that did that.
You know, I remember John caring when not a lot of people did.
Every time you go away,
This is no meager life we reflect on today.
you take
Oh, sweet! Dan Aykroyd's in this. Oh, nice. That's awesome.
This is as full a life as any human can live.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi, Jennifer. How you doing?
Magnificent of visage, eyes and frame. A titan of a gentle,
golden man.
Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me.
I definitely gotta check this out. This is a pretty good documentary. I'll either watch it on, what is it, Prime, Amazon, or Amazon, whatever the hell it's called, and then I'll definitely buy it because I would love to have this documentary. That's cool. I really enjoyed that. That's a good documentary. Or it looks good. Definitely plan on watching it. So yeah. Hero says, "Damn, I'm 43 now." Well, I'm gonna be 43 next year. That's too young for anyone to die. That sucks. Because again, he went before his time. So yeah. Also, the movie The Great Outdoors was amazing with Dan Aykroyd. I loved it. Oh, I love it. I've got it on Blu-ray. I already watched it earlier this year, buddy. I reviewed it. One of the best scenes is he's like, Big bear, chase me. And then the fucking bear comes flying right through the door, and he's under the door, and the bear just keeps jumping on his back, and he's like, "Get off of me, you son of a bitch!" I love that scene. Then Dan Aykroyd's like poking at the fucking bear with like a canoe oar. I'm just like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, a bear's gonna straight up kill your ass. That movie is fucking great. That movie's funny. The documentary was made by Ryan Reynolds. Oh, that's what's up. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. We need a Deadpool 4. I'm just saying, just food for thought. We need it. We definitely need it. Shout out to Randall. So, my Christmas plans are going to be with LC and his family, as always, going to Disney. But my Thanksgiving plans, me and Randall are going to go out to eat, because me and Randall haven't hung out in a while, so that'll be fun. All right, what else? Let's see here. Let's see. Things to do on Thanksgiving. My dad would always turn on the football game. We'd watch the Macy's Day Parade. Dessert. Check out the Christmas lights. Volunteer. And then I always donate to the community food drive. Let's see here. What else? Play games as a family. Watch a Thanksgiving movie. That's a good one. Watch a Thanksgiving movie. Let's see, what else? According to Google, it says a lot of people go for a walk after they have a big meal. That makes sense. So yeah, go for a walk or a hike. These are all good ones. I'm just going to write 10 down. Go to someone else's house for Thanksgiving. Or host. So it says, so number 10, host or go to someone's house. There we are. All right, moving on. Oh, man. Well, shout out to the 18 people watching. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. What's next? I think I'm going to do all the Thanksgiving tips either Saturday or... I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow. I'll save that for tomorrow. But let's end with some more stories of the celebrities that I've met. So let me open up my Facebook because every picture that I've met of someone famous is up there, except for the new ones that I met this year. I need to still upload all the Spooky Empire celebrities that I met, which I met a good decent amount. So yeah. And I cannot believe that I got an interview with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. That was great. But even more, as much as I love Ghostbusters, I can die a happy man. Me and Zach talked with the zombie fucking king of the universe, Greg motherfucking Nicotero. He's worked on everything. Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. He restored Bruce, the shark. I mean, the motherfucker's done it all. And I went up to him, shook his hand, and said, "You're one of my inspirations." And he goes, "Oh, cool, man." And I said, "I've watched almost every horror movie alive." I said, "I haven't gotten to all of them, but a lot of them." And he asked me off camera, "What's one of my favorites?" I'm like, "Halloween." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I like Michael Myers." And he goes, "What about zombie?" I said, "Oh, dude, Return of the Living Dead. That's number one." He goes, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "I love Tarman." I said, "Tarman is the fucking shit." He's probably one of the greatest zombies on camera. I also like the old one, the old zombie where Barbara's trying to get away. He's all in black and white, and he's kind of, truffling through the trees, and he takes a rock and fucking bashes the shit out of the fucking window. That one's like one of the most famous because it's not the first zombie film, but it's one of the first ones. So me and him went back and forth on our favorite zombies. He had some favorites, and he said in each season of The Walking Dead, I tried to recreate a famous zombie. And I said, "Please tell me you recreated Tarman." And he said, "Well, have you seen all?" I said, "I've seen a lot of seasons of Walking Dead." I said, "Just this past year," I said, "I got the whole Blu-ray box set, and I fully intend to watch them all." And he said, "Yeah, go back." He goes, "Every single season, we put in one or two famous zombies." And he goes, "Either I played one of the famous ones, or someone on my zombie staff would play them." And I was like, "That's fucking bitching, man." He goes, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Always a famous zombie, if not one or two in every single season of The Walking Dead." And I was like, "Dude, that's fucking amazing." And he goes, "So look out for it." He goes, "Tarman's in there." He goes, "It's my version of Tarman." I was like, "That's fine." I'm like, whatever version of Tarman, rock on, buddy. And then me and Zach, I was too afraid. I nudged Zach. I said, "Zach, normally I have no problem asking celebrities for an autograph." I said, "Dude, I'm a little starstruck." And he goes, "I'm not going to ask him." I said, "Zach, you got to ask him." I said, "I'm too nervous, buddy." I said, "Please, I'm begging you." So I knew, though, I said, "Zach, he's getting ready to leave." Because there was no, like, when you watch Zach's interview, because his will be up. He's quick at getting them out before me. You'll see. You'll watch Zach's. And there's almost nothing left on his table, right? Because he's packing up. And Zach was like, "Hey, Greg, like, you said to come back a little later. Can we do, like, the Bruce interview?" And he was like, yeah, real quick. Yeah, let's do it. And I was like, "Oh, this is fucking great." And I told Zach as we were walking out, I said, "Zach, he's too busy to do, like, an interview for me and then an interview from you." So I said, "We'll both turn on our cameras. I'll ask a question, then you ask a question. I'll ask a question, you ask a question. So when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about." And Zach's like, "Oh, that's actually a good idea, Fears." I said, "It is, because he's already about to get the hell out of here, man." I said, "If he gives you an interview, he probably won't give me one." So I said, "Let's both film it so I can have some footage on my channel. You can have some footage on your channel. You ask a question." And it worked out great because Zach would ask one, I'd let him finish his answer, and then me and Zach would, like, respond both to that question. I'd be like, "All right, well, hey, Greg, the next question is would you, like, one of the questions I asked was, 'Hey, Greg, when you were restoring Bruce the Shark, how many people were on your staff?'" And he answered. So look out for that interview. It is gonna fucking rock. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good stuff. All right. Let's see here. Let me open up my Facebook. You guys will love it. It's going to be a good interview. And he answered. So I still cannot believe that I got to interview him. I mean, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. I could not believe that he was so generous with his time. And he was having fun too. Like, I could tell that he was enjoying the conversation, because the last thing I wanted to do was irritate the guy. But, so, big shout out to Greg Nicotero, dude. And I gave him, he asked me, and I think you'll hear him say it in the background. He goes, "What's your YouTube channel?" So you'll hear me give it to him. So I'm not lying. I wrote it down, and then I gave him one of my new stickers. Because I almost forgot that I brought the stickers that I had made. On the sticker, it says FearsMan26, and at the bottom it says Fears Vlogs. So I also handed him a sticker And he said, I'll totally check out your work. And I was like, I would be honored. Yes, check out my work. I'll be honored. I need to find out if he has a YouTube channel. If he does have a YouTube channel, I'm going to look it up before I go to work tonight. If he does have a YouTube channel, I'm fucking subscribing to him tonight. So, yeah. All right. Here we go. So, let me open up my Facebook. And I have a whole album of, like, autographs that I've got and celebrity photos. I've met a lot. So, I can die a happy man because I've almost met every single person on film that I want to meet. Another one that I haven't, I want to meet Dan Aykroyd in some capacity. I'll be like, hail to the Ghostbuster God. Thank you for writing my favorite film. And I know he'll be like, oh yeah, no worries, Fears. I'm like, no, you don't understand. That's the greatest fucking movie, at least in my mind, you know. Or one of the greatest fucking movies. So, just to shake his hand would be an honor. So, I haven't got to meet him yet. I've drank a lot of his Crystal Skull vodka product, though. I'm like, Dan, I've drank a good amount. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff. If you haven't tried it, definitely try it. All right, let me open up my celebrity album. Let's see, where is it? I haven't opened it up in a while. Let me find it. Hang on. Oh, where is it? Hang on. Oh, shit, where is it? Hang on. Disney album, things I've gotten from fans. Oh, where are you? There it is. Autographs and famous people I've met. There we go. All right. So the last time I did this, because I've already told you guys a bunch of stories, I was about halfway down. So I was past Kane Hodder, and I told you guys I met Tony Todd. Kane doesn't choke anyone anymore, but there's a photo of me where he's literally choking the shit out of me, and I'm turning red. Like, I was gasping for air. If you guys want to check it out, it's on my Facebook. I'm like that. It was hard. And I got to see him again. So now I've met him 4 times, Pixel, because he was at Spooky Empire. I went up to his booth, shook his hand, and I was like, dude, I don't know if you remember, but I said, do you remember Dave Contamination in St. Louis? And he's like, vaguely, a little bit. And I went, good. I'm like, good. And I said, I don't know if you remember me. I showed him the photo, and he said, oh, yeah. He goes, you did a few interviews, right? I said, 3. And I showed him the interview, and he's like, wow, they're getting a lot of views. I said, yeah, man. I said, they've been up for a while. So he definitely, I couldn't believe that he remembered me, Pixel. And I said, the only thing, Kane, is, dude, you choked the shit out of me. And I said, I was gasping for air, but I said, it was an honor to get choked out by Jason. And he's like, well, I don't do that anymore. I said, oh, why is that? And he said, well, he goes, I did it to one guy in some family, got offended, and I was like, oh, okay. He goes, I don't really like to talk. So he doesn't do that anymore. So I have the honor of getting choked out by Kane Hodder. Hell yeah. I would have him do it again. That's an honor to say, hey, guess what? Guess what? Kane Hodder, motherfucking Jason, choked the shit out of me. Hell yeah. All right, let's continue on. So, since I watched Boondock Saints, I have met the guy that played Rocco. There's a picture of me and him, and we're flicking off the camera. So I met him, and then I met Sean Patrick Flannery that played one of the Saints. He was also in Saw 7. Nicest guy ever. He asked me, like, what's some of your favorite scenes out of Boondocks? I told him, and he was like, I love that movie. He goes, I wish they would make a third one. I said, and I was honest. I told him, I said, I like the first one the best. I said, the second one, he goes, yeah, no, he goes, I get it. I said, yeah, I said, the first one's always going to out-top the second one. He didn't take offense to it, you know. And I remember him saying, I wish they would make a third one. I don't know if they'll ever make a third one, but it would be nice. So that was cool meeting him. And then, let's see, what's the next celebrity? Let me scroll down. And I got an autograph from Rocco and him. So the autograph says, two fears from Sean Patrick Flannery. And then he wrote, fucking A. And then it says 2001. And then I got Rocco to sign it, and he wrote Fears. And then he says Rocco rocks. Because it's kind of hard to make out. But, yeah. Very cool guys. And then, I've already told you guys about this. I never thought in a million years I would meet this guy. My buddy Dave, I don't know why he wanted him there, because it was half gross meeting him, because he's had sex with so many women, but it was hilarious to meet him. I've met Ron Jeremy. And I had dinner with him. There's a picture of me sitting right next to him. So if you guys think I'm lying, there's his autograph, and then there's a picture of us right before. So we're standing up. He's got a t-shirt that says, Film on TV Air. I've got a Michael Myers shirt on. And I get a photo with him. And then Dave would always do a celebrity dinner. So if you paid extra money on Sunday night, right before the con ended, it was always on Sunday. And I would always pay because I'm like, well, I'm going to have dinner with some celebrities. That's fucking cool. That's fun. And you didn't get to pick which table. Dave would just say, hey, Fears, you're at that table. But every table had, if not one celebrity, at least two. So the next picture, I'm sitting right next to him. And I said, and this is before I met you guys, but I was still uploading videos and I said, no one's going to believe me, you know. This was way before the community. So not only did I take a photo of the autograph, I took a photo of me and him at dinner, and then I took a photo of us first meeting, and I'm sitting right next to him. There was another celebrity at our table. I don't recall the other one. And the whole time, he's as we're eating, half the time we're having a normal conversation with everybody at the table. The other half, he's telling weed, dick, pussy, and fart jokes. I shit you not. And there's footage on my YouTube channel. I believe it's on FearsMan26. I didn't film a lot at the table, but you can hear him in the background saying some type of dick joke, and I'm laughing hysterically. It was hysterical. All right. So the next one, and this will probably be the last one because I'm going to end it soon, was I got to meet the original Jason, Ari. He gave me an interview. Oh God, here we go. I'm just gonna sit here. I don't care how long it takes. They'll go away because I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up. So I met Ari. He was so nice with his time. I got an interview with him. I got a photo. Ari he had some black shades on. I didn't grab his shades off his face. He said, hey, Fears, put these on. He put his shades on. So in the picture, he's holding up an axe that he made. And then he let me have his glasses for the photo. So, and then on the autograph, it says, Fears, Jason Never Dies. So he put Fears up at the top, and then it says Jason Never Dies, and at the bottom, he says Jason #1. So, yeah. So, very cool. Very cool. But his interview that he gave me, that's on my channel. And very, 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 very gracious with his time. I don't recall how long the interview went, but it was definitely, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 minutes of an interview. It was very, very, very cool. So, yeah. Well, there you go. What's up, Zach? I'm late. I'm late for an important date. And that's right, Zach. That is right. Well, hey, no worries, dude. Zach, I decided to go a little early because, God, this person just will not go away. Whew. Oh, we all know who's knocking, Kate, but I'm not going to the door, so, because I'm sick and tired of going to the door. Anyway, I guess I'm going to have to go because this person just will not take a hint, so give me a second. people are trolling today. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. 3 times. 3 times. Wow. I don't really care. But it's just sickening. Anyway. Well, hopefully tomorrow or the next day I don't get 3 or 0. It doesn't really affect me. It's just a pain in the ass to get up, say the whole spiel, and then say, hey, I'm sorry they wasted your time, and then on the merry way. So I apologize that someone's being a fucking idiot, and whoever's doing it is a fucking coward, you know. They're never going to say who's actually calling my house, because they're cowards, you know, and they won't face me like a man, so it is what it is. Anyway. Well, that's a good place to end it. So I'm sorry for all the interruptions today, but despite all the interruptions, it still was a great show. So, yeah. Let's see here. Zach said, I just did a vlog thanking Yakov for the review last night and thanking all the fans. Oh, that's what's up, Zach. Well, I'll have to check it out. Is it uploaded, Zach? Is it already uploaded? Because I'll watch it. So, yeah. It's uploading right now. I did some impressions and recited a story. Oh, okay, that's. I'll check it out, buddy. I will check it out. I'm sure it will, Chicken Wizard. You know, it's not the first time that me and Visions have gotten mad at each other. I'm sure it is. He says, I hope everything between you and Visions smooths over. I'm sure it will. He doesn't mean you any harm, buddy. I know he doesn't. I just get sick and tired of people's bullshit, you know? Like, I just wish people would respect me more, you know? When I say, hey, it's time to stop, I'm sick of people's bullshit, it's time to stop, you know? Like, I get so much grief, and it's ridiculous. So, and he's a full-grown man. He can tell, oh, well, yeah, I'm probably annoying the shit out of Fierce. Well, good indication to fucking stop, you know? So, I know he doesn't mean me any harm, but it just gets old after a while. You know, and I can only take so much. So, yeah. But I'm sure everything will be fine, Chicken Wizard. I'm sure everything will be fine. But I appreciate your nice comment. That's a lot of DVDs. Correction, Elizabeth. It's a lot of Blu-rays. It's a lot of Blu-rays. Strong Bear says, better late than never, Zach. Yeah, man. Hey, I understand, Zach. You're busy. You got kids. You got a girlfriend. You got a job, too. So, I get it, buddy. It's uploading now. Oh, sweet. Well, Zach, text me when it's done, and I'll give it a watch. Anyway, I'm going to get a shower. I'm going to get something to eat because I haven't had dinner yet. And I may go on Lantern's show tonight. I may not. I'm definitely going to try to get a video out either tonight or tomorrow because I haven't uploaded a vlog in forever. I'm editing. Don't get me wrong. I'm editing. So, yeah. And the next workout, I try to get at least 3 workouts in a week. So if I don't work out tomorrow, it'll definitely be Saturday. So yeah. And then the third one will probably be on Sunday, like maybe after church or something. Anyway, I'm going to take off, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, I'm so sorry about all the interruptions. I really wish people would stop doing that. I really wish they would. I've got no control of it. I wish I could find a way to get it to stop, but it sucks. It really does suck. So yeah. Anyway, and I hate that they interrupt people's time while they're working. And then that lady didn't know how to speak English. And so these 3 people, I said translator, and then she opened up her app, and I did the same thing. So at least she knew that, but she just looked at me like dumbfounded, like, I'm like, she doesn't know how to speak a lick of English. So I was very nice, and I just said, and I did mention it to her. I said, let everybody know, I said, if someone doesn't come to the door by the second knock, it's probably a good indication that I don't want to come to the door. But I said, I'm very sorry that they wasted your time. And then I said, hey, I didn't order it. I don't intend to pay for it. I'm really, really sorry. And then she was like, you didn't pay for this? You didn't order? I said, no, I did not. And then she went, oh, I'm sorry. I said, no. I'm sorry that they wasted your time. And then she wrote, oh, it's okay. And I said, all right, well, have a good day. And then she left. So I just hate that they do it. Me too, Tina. Tina, you hit it right on the nail. Or right on the spot, Tina. She goes, I wish these trolls would stop doing that to people. I wish they would too, Tina. That works for these companies. And the trolls are wasting people's gas. But it's not just that, Tina. They're wasting people's time. They're wasting my time because I'm not going to pay for it. Then that person, they're excited to get that money and that tip. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for something I didn't order. And then they wasted all that time to make the pizza. So they're wasting food. It's just sickening, Tina. And they're either going to stop on their own when they think I've suffered enough, or they'll never stop, and it's going to suck. Probably the second one. They'll probably send pizzas till the day I die. It's ridiculous. So, anyway, it is what it is. So, all right, I'm taking off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Fangirl Kate. Be sure to subscribe to Biscuit. Subscribe to my friend, The Incredible Impression, on YouTube. Zach, in about a week or two, buddy, we're going to play mini golf. I invited LC, Zach, and I invited James, and I invited Dave. And Tina, too, if she wants to come. So let us know. But, Zach, the main goal is between you and me, buddy. $20 is on the line, brother. Subscribe to Mama Bear. She's got content coming. Subscribe to Papa Bear, Strong Bear 19, guys. Subscribe to Bukaki on YouTube. Subscribe to the Sega Camp Gamer and Werecamp on YouTube. Follow Sega Camp Gamer 22 on Twitch. Follow my buddy Randall, Cameo Man 2021, and his second channel, The Mayor of Magic. And last, but certainly not least, follow Fears, the main channel, FearsMan26. FearsMan26 on TikTok. FearsMan26 on Instagram. And my second channel, Fears Vlogs on YouTube, the channel that you're watching right now. Fears loves you guys. Fears cares about you guys. Thank you for all the recent birthday gifts and the recent fan mail. Keep the fan mail a-coming, and I will be reading the fan letters. Nancy, you are awesome. And Dave, big shout out to my friend Dave for all the birthday gifts. That was awesome, buddy. So, yeah, dude. Anyway, Fears signing off. This is Fears signing off. Peace. Deuces. Everybody have a wonderful night. Peace!